Hello everyone, welcome back to the adventure vlog, Livin Large with LCruu. My name is Ren, my friends call me LCruu, and today I want to just talk about our experience this year at Electric Forest, and more specifically, doing Camp Higher Love for the first time. This year was my 6th Electric Forest, and my first time doing anything but GA camping. I also want to preface this by saying I've seen a lot of people have not so great experiences with this, but I'm sharing my experience. I'm sharing the experience of my group and how it worked out for us. So I guess just take it with a grain of sugar, and then I'll kind of talk about some other things I've heard online from other people so I can kind of give you a more full picture of what the experience in Higher Love looked like. First things first, the Higher Love camping cost about $715 per person. That included the car pass, because every vehicle driving in needed a vehicle pass, the ticket, the wristband for the 4-day festival experience. So while I was editing, I realized I didn't do a great job of explaining this, and I want to be totally transparent. So I'm attaching screenshots here of all the total prices and the price breakdowns. It looks like it was a little bit cheaper for us because we bought it with a set of 4 tickets. We bought a whole package, which I'll explain in a second. But here are all the price breakdowns and screenshots from when we bought the tickets. I bought the set of 4 tickets for my car. So I bought the car pass and 4 wristbands. And after splitting all that up, it was about $715 per person after taxes and fees and everything. I'm not going to run around and say that this is cheap. It's definitely not. I want to say GA this year would have been like $500, and that was also with my 5 in the Forest loyalty code that I think saved us like $50. Not a crazy discount, but you do, if you use your loyalty code after registering your wristband, you do get a little bit of a discount each year. So let's just start with what are the perks of Higher Love camping. It's one step out of GA, so you get more space. So this time we parked vertically and our campsite was next to our cars rather than just behind them. So we caravanned in with 3 trucks. So we had the length of 3 trucks, one after another, to set up our camp. We had a very vertical camp, but it was awesome because we got to do like our bedroom section and then kind of like a dining room section, dining room, living room, and then the kitchen. So we got a lot more space this year than we would have in GA. We did have a group of 15 people overall. So the more space was one of the big things that we were looking for. Especially this year, I did take my dad to his first Electric Forest, his first festival in general. He's used to camping with a ton of space and a ton of people. So we wanted that experience to kind of be a little more comfortable for him for his first time experiencing something like this. He is 60 years old, so having less space would have made him a little more uncomfortable, and we wanted him to have the best possible experience. The other perk, main perk that we got Higher Love for is the fact that you have access to air-conditioned flushable bathrooms as well as free showers. If you're camping in GA, the showers cost, I want to say like $10 every time you go and shower. So in the past, I have never showered in a pod before because I just feel like I'll be a dirty wook all weekend. But one of the perks of Higher Love was that you have access to showers. They were 24 hours this year and air conditioned. You could go whenever you wanted. Just a quick sidebar, the showers did close down when we were in severe weather conditions. So for like a couple hours on Saturday night, they were closed just for safety reasons. The other thing is the air-conditioned bathrooms that are lit up. We have sinks, you have flushable toilets, and those are also in the little pods with the showers, just so that you're not having to deal with the porta potty experience all day, every day for 4 days straight. I definitely want to say that I think that my group got pretty lucky because we were positioned pretty close to the shower and bathroom pods. From what I'm understanding, and I can try and post a picture of the map up here, that was the only shower pod available in Camp Higher Love, and therefore a lot of people had a lot farther to walk for the bathroom and showers. So I think that we just got kind of lucky, but we weren't not that far. There was also a shuttle location directly by those pods, so it was everything kind of clustered at once. I just want to recognize that not everyone had that experience. Some people had to walk farther for the showers, walk through the mud for the showers, etc. Another reason that people get Higher Love is that's a little more quiet. It's a little bit farther away from the venue and the afters and things like that, so you're not forced to be by loud music all hours of the night. The only thing was there is a lounge that had some pretty crazy afters as well that was also near the shower pods. I loved that because I feel like if you're going to be there for the 4 days, you might as well live it up, and that's what we did. So we were lucky to be close to that little lounge area where there always seemed to be stuff going on. You know, there was music playing. There were like the instigators did like a fun games event there on, I think, like Thursday or Friday. So there was like a lounge that you had access to that not all of GA would, which was basically just like chairs under shade with, you know, music setup and things like that. But I thought that was pretty cool. We also got lucky with location, I think, because even though there were shuttles, there are shuttles that take you from Camp Higher Love to the main entrance. We were located like directly next to the shortcut that would just take you could just walk to the front entrance without it being far. It was a pretty not too far of a walk, so we never even used the shuttles, but I would say that would be a positive. That would definitely be something to consider with doing Camp Higher Love, because you don't have to walk too far and waste your energy for the day to get to the festival entrance. The only thing about that was that the shortcut got so muddy, and don't even mean mud, I mean like quicksand, like your shoe is stuck in the mud through the shortcut. Online, I was seeing a lot of people talk about the fact that they oversold Camp Higher Love. And while I'm not saying that that's true, that is an alleged thing that I just heard through other people's experiences. Basically, what I heard was that, you know, their camp was a lot farther than they expected, so it wasn't close to showers or close to the shuttles, so it was almost felt like they weren't getting what they were paying for. Like I said, I can't speak to that experience because we did have a very positive one. Maybe keep doing research. Don't just watch my video. Watch other people's videos and things like that too, to hear about, you know, what may have happened to other people. I'm not here to say everything is sunshine and rainbows, but our group did have a phenomenal experience with Camp Higher Love. Having extra space also allowed for us to make this community event. So Saturday night when we got rained out, we were like, let's make the best of our experience. We made a slip and slide, and people from all over Camp Higher Love were coming and slip and sliding with us into the mud. We're just enjoying the rain. And if we were camping in GA, we wouldn't have had that extra space to create a slip and slide to get people hyped about being alive. So that was a really cool, really fun experience. I wish I had more videos, but unfortunately we were all so in the moment that we didn't really take any. And that's one of the hardest things about trying to capture these experiences. But anyway, we're moving on. Now I want to talk a little bit about the forest itself. Again, on Reddit, on Facebook, you see a lot of negativity. You see a lot of complaints. I don't know, people are going to complain about anything. I'm here to express my experience. Yes, people were upset that we got rained out, but there's not a lot that Forest can really do because it's an outdoor festival. You kind of are taking that risk when showing up to an outdoor festival that weather is going to change and weather is going to happen. Again, like I said, my camp and the people camping around us, we made the best of our experience with what we were given. As an example with the slip and slide. So you'll see a lot of people complaining online. I'm definitely going to say that the forest is healing. As you saw, I took my dad to his first electric forest, and being that our family's gotten smaller over the past couple years, forest has always been a place for me personally to heal. Whether that's through connection, whether that's through nature, whether that's through finding the magic in the everyday and the little mundane things that we can bring back to our lives at home. Like, for me, it was healing. And my dad and I got to have this beautiful moment at the Luminaires, just reflecting and connecting and paying homage to the people that made us who we are. And so overall, if you let it be, this place can be very healing if you don't get so caught up in, you know, people moving through a crowd and not saying, excuse me. There is opportunity for it to be the most beautiful experience. And so I definitely, the art installations, as well as the way that it's located in nature, like, it's a very healing, beautiful place. And this year has showed me that more than ever before. So I'm very grateful for that. Another thing that I've struggled with in the past and had to do my best to work through is remembering that it's my experience too. I feel like I put a lot of pressure on making sure everyone else around me has a good experience and wants to do what they want to do. But if you can tap into and remember that it's your experience too, that you're paying for it, it's your forest too, you can really make the best of it and see the things you want to see and do the things you want to do. And it's okay if you split off on a solo journey. I feel like a lot of people on the internet I've seen complaining about, oh, these people made this a bad experience for me because they were pushing through the crowd. Okay, and yes, that is unfortunate, but if you can keep yourself in the mindset of maybe this is their first festival and they weren't raised with manners, they're going to learn that this is the way that you move through a crowd. Like, be the person to teach someone something new instead of bitching about it and just complaining. Like, that's not helping anyone either. You know what I mean? Like, your negativity is keeping the negative cycle in action. So maybe take a step back and recognize, maybe I can teach someone something instead of just complaining and whatever. But that's all to say, you don't have to always wait up for what your friends want to do. You can have your own solo journeys and your own experiences and explorations, and that makes it arguably more beautiful. The people of the forest really are what make this place so special. I am continuously saying how grateful I am for my group and my crew, my direct people and camp, but that's not the only thing. Every person that I encountered at least wanted to be there and wanted to make it a great experience. Trading and gifting and talking and getting to know strangers, meeting up with random people at a set that you both were so excited to see and having that connection through the music, standing next to someone creating something at the art bar, seeing someone's eyes light up with wonder from the Dream Emporium. Like, all of these moments are connection and possibility for something beautiful. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people seem to miss out on that, because everyone I ran into made it a positive experience for me. I one time made a video, and I can link it right up here, about the people of the forest and how the people are what make the experience wonderful. And I just am grateful that I was able to see that and recognize that this year. Some people online were saying, it's just not it anymore. And I think that's very unfortunate that you aren't making that your experience, because ultimately we're in control of our reality, right? So make it a good experience for yourself and for your friends and for the people around you. If you're feeling like, oh, these people aren't vibing, bring the vibes up, bring it higher. And maybe that's what they needed to see you jamming out and living your dreams in order to make it the best experience possible. Some other highlights and not so highlights from this year's festival. I did love the Dream Emporium. I love that they expanded it and had all these creative rooms, but I also feel like the dark and the lack of AC was a little bit hard sometimes, because it just got very claustrophobic in there. So I don't know, like, a way that they could fix that. I'm not sure. And also doing the scavenger hunt. This year we finally finished the scavenger hunt, but we never got the chance to go into like the secret VIP room that we like earned per se. Because the lines were always insanely long, or they weren't letting people in at certain times whenever we would show up due to, I guess, overcrowding. And so I'm wondering if they can change the scavenger hunt or make the room bigger or have access to something bigger so that you don't have to turn people away so much. I think that the scavenger hunt has really gained a lot of traction in the last couple years through the time travel agency and through obviously social media and stuff. They need to adjust and go with the times, either make it harder to accomplish or easier to gain those rewards, because it wasn't quite adding up. And so I think that's definitely something that they could work on for the following year. I say this all the time, but Electric Forest is one of my favorite places in the world. It's one of my favorite festivals. And so I'll definitely go again. I always get excited to see how they will grow and how they will change. What will they do to make the experience even better for the following year for more people? And yeah, I like that this year they changed. I didn't see like any of the performing troops that were the same that were wandering around the forest. Those felt like pretty much all new to me this year, so that was exciting. That it's just a whole new experience, and they do change things every year, so that was cool. I also loved that the Brainery like always has something going on. Like, even when I'm too exhausted to show up, there was always something cool that I wanted to go to. And I love that because it really maximizes your time there. It really allows you to experience many, many different things. And in this festival, I love that. The Brainery rocks, and I just hope they keep expanding and diving into those different opportunities. Okay, just popping in real quick because I forgot to mention it, but this year, I don't know if I've just never noticed it before or if it was new this year, but they had a spot for lightly used camping gear that you could basically donate if you were coming from out of town and just had to buy it real quick, that you could donate so that you're reducing your waste. Especially in years past, I've seen people leave behind like entire campsites. So instead of being wasteful and leaving your crap on the ground for someone else to clean up, you could repack it back up and donate it to the festival, or I don't know exactly what they're going to do with it afterwards, but there was a section so that we can reduce our waste. I definitely think that that's something that the fest is working towards, is, you know, lessening your carbon footprint to the best of our ability. Every little bit counts. I feel like that was a really good idea to have that there so we aren't being so wasteful, especially with those big things that could end up in landfills. Right next to it, there was another donation spot. I don't remember if it was for non-perishable foods or what else, but they do also have a food drive on the inside of the forest. There's options to give back as well as reduce your waste. I obviously want to address the elephant in the room. I don't have all the information about what happened on Sunday at the afters when we got rained out. But from what I can gather, it seems like there was no medical available near the afters, the official afters, the eval stage and the good bus and everything. And that is definitely something that should be fixed. If you're going to have a ton of people show up to places like that, you need water stations and you need a medical tent there within walking distance, because anywhere that you have many people, you need it to be safe. And from what I heard, it was lacking that this year, and there were issues. And I just really hope that everyone was okay. And we have to take care of each other, you guys. If we want to continue doing anything like this, we have to take care of each other. We have to be looking out for each other. We have to be, if you're going to use substances, test them. Be responsible. Don't take drugs from strangers. Like, it's that simple. We have to be looking out for each other. And that also falls on the responsibility of the companies that are running the festivals. Overall, obviously, I will show up to Electric Forest again. I can't wait for my 7 next year. It's always a different adventure, and I'm just so blessed to have the people around me that make it the beautiful thing that it is. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I would love to address them. And let me know what your experience was, whether it was in Higher Love Camp, whether it was in GA, whether you would recommend that we do like Good Life or something different next year. I want to know what you thought of the festival this year. And if you saw me, drop a comment. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being open to listening to what I have to say and my experiences. I encourage you to do your research and experience something, try something new that you've never done before, and keep living large. I will catch you on the flip.